When I took the
Yes.
headphones all the way off, like, nope.
Inner struggle.
Yeah, let's see if we get any people floating in here.
We're live on Facebook
I
as
hope I'm
we
not
speak.
oh yeah, we are we're live on there. So I'm glad that's working.
Check. Awesome sauce.
Cool. Rock and roll. Waiting for people to come in. Otherwise we're just gonna be talking to nobody, which is fine. That's cool.
Sometimes
Listen,
I talk to
sometimes you gotta talk
nobody.
to yourself
Right.
I talk to myself all the time.
all the time.
Time. I
All
was talking
right.
to myself hard.
I ask myself, like,
Hard.
you hungry? Yep.
Yes.
Nah, I think I have some juice.
I think we got some people in here, so we could start whenever. Hey, you want to introduce the show, JR?
Hello, everybody. Yo, it feels so weird. Welcome to the album review live stream. You can't see my face right now because it's so poorly lit right now, but it's all good.
Looks good.
This is a show where, if you guys don't already know, we talk to some very dope musical guests and we review some very dope music. It can be anything, it doesn't necessarily have to be anything that we too much would listen to, which is the point of discovering new music. You are
Yep.
too much in your comfort zone when you try to find new music. Got to step outside of it.
Right.
I am DJ Seven Wells, aka Mango Hennessy. Uh, my lovely guest Shannon Barnes, aka Young Maureen, aka
Young boy.
Wifey.
My mom would be happy you said that.
And our special guest
W.
Tasha Peace,
Hey.
Tasha
also
Peace.
known as Introduce Yourself.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
man,
what?
that's just
I couldn't
it.
think of no
Ta-
AKAs at the spot, but I couldn't even think of.
Microsoft Word thinks I'm Trash Gonzalez, so you can call me that sometimes.
All right. That's
Autocorrect.
hey trash.
I know.
That's
Autocorrect,
Trash
you
Gonzalez.
bitch.
That's
No, I'll go by Tasha. That's all right.
cool.
Tasha.
So Tasha, you want to talk about what bands and stuff you're in, since this is a music live stream technically. And let's talk about your musical background. What bands you play in the area right now? Or
Okay.
like, not pandemic. We're not really playing, but you know what I mean. Like
Yeah.
before the pandemic.
Yeah, we'll work on the the astral plane where we all still play music and go to shows and stuff. I was most recently my project was a group called Summer Like the Season. We did a lot of touring. We were just about to release a full length album this year, prior to the vid hitting. And before that, I perform casually in a group called the Free Bleeders, kind of like a riot girl punk rock group. Do a lot of benefit shows around the area, but nothing too recently, obviously. Um, and then I have like my own solo stuff that I do, and I'm focusing on now more, just myself and a bunch of recording equipment. But and that's just Tasha Peace, bunch of old songs, new songs, stuff. Basically my therapy, you know.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
other than that, not doing too much lately. But yeah, Summer Like a Season was my main gig, and then right before, well, during this hitting, I was touring with Steph Chura, playing lead guitar for her on her East Coast Against Me tour. But then
Yeah.
COVID, so
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
pretty great. It was pretty tight.
Of course, the
Yeah.
vid.
The vid.
Who's all playing in Steph Chura's band right now, or who was doing that?
That setup was myself, Steph, Adam Presley, and Ryan Clancy on drums.
Oh, cool. That's cool that
Yeah.
Adam was in it too. That's sweet.
Yeah,
Awesome.
yeah, because he does, he dabbles between her stuff and sometimes picks up the work with Anna Birch too. So
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
really great getting to know him because I really didn't know him very well, and hooking back up with Clancy.
Yeah.
He's such a great guy. I love
Yeah,
him.
Clancy's really nice. He's really nice.
Steph's the best. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
great. It was really fun. It was a sweet, fun 3 days.
That's awesome. That's really cool. And as far as summer, like the season goes, did you guys have any like new material like about to come out or like before all this started? And are you like kind
Yeah.
of like working on stuff? Like, I
yeah,
mean, I
so
don't.
we were recording that whole winter, and we had about a 9-song full length. We were about to release. We were kind of shopping it around in March, trying to see if any labels would pick it up, and if they would help us with the release and like the premiere of that. But if not, we were just gonna do it DIY style, like we have been doing. And we were in the middle of booking like our 9-week tour. We'd be on tour right now, you know. So we were ramping up for that. But where you're talking about maybe doing like a single release from it, but right
Cool.
now the timing it's been really weird, so we're holding off on that for right now to see, you know, what unfolds this fall maybe.
Right.
Mm.
Yeah, for sure. It's a weird time, you know, but
It's a weird time.
I mean,
You know, we really wanted to keep up and keep in the eye of everybody, but you know, with there's bigger things going on, you know, and
Yeah.
the attention
Definitely.
needs to be pointed at these big things right now.
Oh, 100%. You know, and like anyone that's doing like anything during all this too, I'm just like pretty impressed by. I was like, it's like wow, like
Wow.
yeah,
Used to doing it.
you know,
Yeah.
yeah. So, have you been making any like visual art during this pandemic?
Yeah, I've been more into that game because, you know, art's kind of a solo
Right.
jam.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I've been working on trying to finish up some pieces that I had started already. I like make and stretch my own canvas, so I got some big guys I've been doing. I have most of my work up in Desert Oasis downtown Detroit,
Yeah.
that coffee shop.
Yeah.
Got a lot of my stuff up there right now. And then some newer stuff I have up at the Congregation off of Rosa Parks.
Oh,
It's a
cool.
really neat little coffee shop, renovated old church.
Yeah.
It's really
yeah.
sweet. It's a really nice
That's
area.
dope.
Is that where
So
you
my
had
stuff
your
will be
show?
up there. Huh?
Is that where you had your show recently? You had a show recently, right? An art show?
Yeah. So I had
Yeah.
an art opening the beginning of this month, and so my stuff will be up at the Congregation till the end of September. And actually, my exhibit at downtown DOCR is also up at the end of November or September.
Oh, sweet.
So-
That's awesome.
So yeah, if you want to see my
That's
stuff,
dope.
it's all marked to go. I'm trying to pay my bills here, folks. Just
Yeah.
make
So
me
buy-
an offer, right?
Buy
So,
that ish.
Yeah,
please.
yeah.
Get down there, make me some dollars.
Yeah,
Oh.
I can also add that to the screen right now before we like move on. So the locations were at which places again?
The Congregation off of Rosa Parks, and Desert Oasis downtown Detroit, which is like Griswold, 1220 Griswold. I used to work there. I should know the address. Who knows? But yeah,
Yeah, I'll
both
just put
owners
the-
really awesome. They all contribute to local artists and their platforms and their visibility. So, you know, they're really
Cool.
great folks to promote,
Yeah.
great businesses to support.
Local artists, please.
Sweet,
Yeah.
yeah. I just put
Really
the
good.
both of those like names of the places like right above your name, so we'll bring it up later in the stream so people can go
Yeah.
check out your stuff and yeah,
Get a good cup of Joe. Check out my work. See if you
Yeah.
like it.
yeah, yeah.
I do have a question though. So,
Sure.
okay. The same music that does the same music that influence you as a musician influence you as a fine artist or a visual artist? Because
Ooh.
when I'm getting up and grinding, I listen to a totally different thing than when I'm sketching. So I was wondering if that's the same. Like, is it sort of the same or is it completely different?
Oh, I don't know. 100%. I feel like it is. They're two different like mindsets.
Yeah.
Yeah. Usually when I'm doing art, I like to do stuff. I guess it depends on what kind of art I'm doing. If I'm doing like really detailed stuff, I honestly just like listen to classical music really loud.
Oh, cool.
It's kind of bizarre. But
Yeah.
if I'm trying to do like big works or sculpting and like big conceptual pieces, I get down to like just wacky music, like Tune Yards esque. Down, Get Down, Stay Down, Rubble Bucket, like just horns and abrasive and weird time changes and shifts and
Yeah.
dynamics. Like that stuff keeps me like going a lot. And I mean, as far as my music preference to when I like write music, it's everything. I like
Yeah.
everything, you know. But to get that artist focus in, I like very specific energies.
I
Yeah,
feel that.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's awesome. Yeah,
And classical music is not weird. Like it's a proven study that
The loudness at which I listen to it, I think, is weird. I like
Well,
listen to
sure.
it like it's metal thrash music.
oh yeah. Well, that's
I
kind of
can't
what
help
like Mozart's Requiem is. It's just metal. Like I did that.
Yeah,
I did
all
that
it
stuff
is.
when I was like in my undergrad at Wayne, and and I was just like,
Yeah.
man, this stuff's like hard, dude. Like some of these chord changes, like with all these like 4-part harmonies, are just insane. Like, yeah, it was
Just sweet picking over there.
yeah, yeah.
No, I feel that.
So it looks like you kind of got like a sweet music setup behind you now.
Trying.
Because I know,
there.
like I lived in the same house as you for about a year, I would say, close to it at least. And you just like moved out of that house recently. You moved into a new one, and now you got another setup here. Got the same drum set as you did before.
Oh yeah, I mean the gear hasn't changed, just the location. I'm
Just
not
the
that.
location,
I'm
yeah.
not that fly.
Hey, that's cool.
Yeah. So yeah, I got my same kit. I'm just trying to muffle it because I am again in a basement, so it's like cement floors and all hard walls and stuff. So I've got like a lot of tapestries and softeners and like little corner cushions to try and. So when I am recording, at least maybe I'll get all that ping back. But yeah, just all my own stuff, my old bass, my old Shelly, my telly over here, hanging out behind me.
Yeah.
And I'm actually just spending a lot of time right now. I'm getting into finding the old way of like I really like kind of fixing up guitars and like I do all my own intonation and restringing and working on my stuff. So I'm like working on a guitar right now. I'm trying to sell to a friend. But it's actually Ariana's old guitar.
Oh, cool.
The old solid body.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
wow.
the inpo's jacked up. I'm gonna replace this pickup here. I just intonated the bridge and sanded it down to the neck. I really love doing that shit. So I'm gonna take time to do that to all of my guys before I start recording, I think.
Yeah. And that's like I feel like that's like artistry in itself. Like, like even like visual artistry too. Like that people that can do that kind of stuff and like, really just make a guitar like sound good and look good. It's such a nice
Everything
thing.
is art.
Everything is art.
Yeah. Everything, yeah. Krista said it's Peanut. And wait a second. Was this Krista's old Telecaster? Yes, it is.
Did Ariana get it from Krista? Okay.
Yup, it's her old guitar. Yeah, I forgot that she got that from her. That's awesome.
Yeah.
It's all in the family. All in the
Spreading
family.
Creative love. That's crazy.
That's
Traveling
awesome.
guitar sisterhood of pants.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is the hood of traveling streams.
Don't worry, Krista. I'm polishing up Peanut for you.
Yeah. Cute. That's good. I knew a dog named Peanut one time. Very similar color as that guitar. So. This was pretty cool. So, I was gonna ask you another thing, but I can't remember what it was now. I'm blanking. Yeah, I don't know. It'll come to me. Yeah, for sure.
Super brain fart.
Yeah. So, you've been like recording a lot of like your own stuff, right? Like as far as when you're just kind of doing stuff on your own, like yeah, and you've been like sending it to Scott a little bit. Is that
not yet? I'm still like in the scratch track arrangement phase of most of them.
Perfect.
Figuring out a whole song, but I can't find like an ending or a beginning to it, or maybe I'm missing a bridge here. But like,
yeah, for sure.
I want to get down the basics before I send it to him.
Right. I remember the question I was gonna ask you.
What?
As far as like your guitar inspiration goes, who's like your biggest guitar inspiration?
Oh, there's so many people that inspire me, I think. But I think recently, always I've been inspired by Lou Reed. I love Velvet Underground. I love how Lou Reed is very poetic and how he plays. It's just very blunt, and I enjoy that. But more recently, as I became more active in music scene, I would say St. Vincent is a huge one for me. Her skills are mad.
Yeah.
Teresa from Warpaint. Warpaint's a big inspiration to me, and her stylization is also very, very big for me. I'm trying to think off the top of my head. Those are my two major. If I'm thinking about, and Shilpa Ray.
Okay.
Shilpa Ray is a boss.
Yeah.
Boss musician, and just everything she does is amazing.
That's awesome. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. How many instruments do you play? Like what? I know you play bass, you play guitar, you have a drum set, and you've played drums before in bands. Correct?
Yeah. Drums is probably actually my predominant instrument.
Oh, okay, cool.
I started with drums. I've always had a love for percussion. It's like the one instrument I can like really lose myself, get lost in the sauce in.
Yeah.
But yeah, guitar, bass. I'm tinkering around with my piano skills, and just recently moved into a house with a banjo, so working on the banjo skills.
Hey,
There you go. Nice.
TBA on that one. We'll see if that appears in any recordings.
Yeah, yeah. Cool. That's awesome.
Yeah.
put a little banjo in it.
Ding, ding, ding,
Why
ding,
not?
ding, 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 ding.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Oh yeah. Oh, and I forgot. For as inspirations go, how could I forget? I've been obsessed since I moved into the Renaissance House. A band called Mr. Gnome out of
Mr.
Cleveland,
Gnome.
Ohio. It's a 2-piece, and she just tears that guitar. Everything that they play is what I want to achieve one day.
Okay. I'll have to check
If
that
you don't
out.
know Mr. Gnome, like a
Mr.
garden
Gnome.
gnome.
Cool.
They're amazing.
That's sweet.
They're wild.
And do you have any other like just musicians in general that just not like guitar players, but like anyone that you really like look up to as far as, you know, their songwriting or arrangement or musicianship or anything?
Oh man. I mean, everyone that I listen to, like
Yeah.
even like a small group house show band from like Arkansas, like I really enjoy everyone's approach to music. Yeah, I mean, as far as like personally, I mean, you're fantastic. Your
Ah.
motivation keeps me inspired all the time. Ariana, you know, like all my friends basically are in amazing bands, and so it's like I look around, I just talk to my friends on a given day, and I'm like hella inspired.
Ah.
It's so cool to know so many great creatives.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I feel the same way about a lot of people, you know. It's like part of the reason like why I was like, yeah, this might be a good show idea here. It's just so I could
Yeah.
like talk to
Like, I would just
people about
come-
stuff.
Yeah, I'd just come home at the Renaissance House and be like, there's one band practice going on, and there's someone writing someone in this bedroom, and someone's painting over here, and then like,
Yeah.
you know, even like with the shift people, like they'd be Wednesday nights, I'd hear like I'd come home to just like it sounds like a rave in the house with the
Yo,
with the
facts.
DJ nights.
Yeah.
I'd be like
Yeah.
making dinner, just like,
Yeah.
it's great. I just love all my creative friends.
Well,
That's dope, though.
since JR is like a DJ,
Yes.
what kind of like dance music are you into?
Yo, facts. What
Yeah,
are you with? What
yeah.
kind of dance? Are you me or her?
Yeah,
Tasha,
yes.
Tasha, yeah.
Oh,
Wow.
for sure.
Yeah, get it queued up. Dance music. I'm like old school 80s
Yeah.
hip hop. Just give me the old school stuff. I used to like in high school get ready for like sports events and be listening to like Young MC, you know, like and MC Hammer and like that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But dancing and then I like new wise, I just anything electronic. I have like this secret like club kid in me that really enjoys house and techno, but I really don't let anyone know. I think like just Ariana and Kathleen might know about that.
That's cool though. Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
Now 6 other people know, so.
Yo, house and
Yeah.
dance music is just like,
Yeah, just
Yeah.
something about that high energy. I'm just like, yeah,
yo, you just in there. You like, yep.
I get sweaty.
Do you do any sort of like art outside of like using like using technology? Do you ever like do like art on like, you know, Photoshop or Lightroom or like video editing or any of that kind of stuff?
Not so much anymore. I was into it a lot when I was in school for it. I do Photoshop for like just simple editing and like of the photos I take of my actual art, and a little bit of like flash work here and there, but I really don't display that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
It's not my strongest suit, and it just don't there's just so much what's the word I'm looking for? There's just so much investment initially you have to do to like do that
Yeah.
stuff well that I'm just like I have so many other things going on that I'm a tactile person, man. I like to get dirty when I do my art. I like
Yeah.
to touch it,
I feel
get
it.
messy,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah,
So
for
I'm just
sure.
not willing to spend or have that cash to spend on like a tablet, a nice little calligraphy thing, you know.
Yeah.
If I came into a great amount of wealth, I'd probably try it out, but
Yeah. Those tablets are like
Yeah.
mad expensive too.
They
I was
are,
looking
for, like,
at
the
one
ones that
and I was
work.
Like, yeah, the ones that you want are like,
Yeah.
yo, it's like a couple grand. You like, come on.
Yeah.
I'll just
I'm not
doodle on
spending.
some paper.
Yeah, I feel like that is like, you know, like little kids, like it's so important for them to like get a handle on like the art that they're doing and stuff too. I feel like, you know, like being able to like touch and like play with all of like the stuff they do, like to me like that just is like, it's so cool to watch kids do that kind of stuff, but it's also like cool to like, you know that they're like enjoying it, and like their brain and like their body is like interacting with like
Yeah.
these materials and creating something cool, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's interesting to think of how that
Because
is in your brain.
Yeah.
like you have to, I feel like, know the rawness of what you're doing first. You know what I mean? Like if you want to be a dope digital artist, you got to know like how it feels to sketch some dope stuff on a piece of paper and get the feeling
Right.
of it.
Right.
Get to
Right.
know like, oh, not this way, not this way. You know.
Yeah.
Right. And I think there's something very interesting about like a cohort of people who learn. I call them Command Z people because like you'll try anything because nothing will ever be a mistake. You know, in the digital world,
Undo.
you can just
Yeah,
undo
undo
that
it.
shit. Whereas like if you're working with like stone or glass or metal or whatever, like there's not really an undo there. Like you
Yeah.
gotta, it takes a little bit more like brazen. And I just remember, I remember when I was using, I think it was, I don't know which application it was, Illustrator or Photoshop, and they had
Probably
come out with
illustrated.
it's probably Illustrator because they came out and they just released one where it shows you like which way your paintbrush would be going when you're
Yeah.
doing this like line. And I'm like, oh
Yeah.
my god, you know, like if you didn't paint before, like that's your only reference to like a stroke. And it's
Right.
True that.
interesting in that way.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm a graphic designer, but I'm also like, yo, it's nothing like just the pad and paper sometimes.
Gotta
It's
Yeah.
know the
like
basics.
it's like when you want to become an artist, you can do everything, but you have to know how to at least rhyme words. So it's like it's not like you have to learn how to draw, but you just got to get a feeling of it because that's how you learn yourself sometimes too.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah,
I
for
agree.
sure. Yeah, it's all
Mhm.
kind of tied together in some way, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I don't think, you know, I would be into doing like Photoshop stuff as much as I have been lately if it wasn't for like the drawings that I did before that I got into that, you
Yeah.
know, like I don't know, it just I wanted to like bring my drawings to like life in like some
Right.
way, and like I didn't want to like just do it with like a bunch of like, you know, colors like of like paint or like whatever, like I just wanted to like use colors that I found on my computer and stuff like that,
Mhm.
you know?
Yeah.
And so like I would just like take my drawings and like put them into Photoshop and like, but if it wasn't for those drawings, I don't think I would have gotten into it as much
Yeah,
as I
start
did.
with a
True.
thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. For
Plus, it
sure.
helps with the confusion. Like if you know your style, then you know exactly what you're trying to get in Photoshop.
Exactly.
Except going in there blind, like,
Yeah.
all right, what do I want to make?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
All good.
Have you ever like incorporated like your art and music together in some way? Like have you ever like showcased your art at a show or like put like, you know, like did like live art or something while a band was playing or anything like that, or put art to a video or anything?
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. I think they're a really important blend in a lot of ways. I've done live art
Oh,
for other
cool.
bands while they're playing. I've done that a few times, like at
Oh, that's
Tangent and
dope.
other DIY spaces. That's a fun way to play. It's a
Yeah,
fun way to
that's dope.
paint. It's really it's very different because, like I said before, for me at least, art is a very personal, private thing. So
Yeah.
it's really interesting to like have just a crowd of people around you, not necessarily watching just you directly, but having like your process exposed was kind of weird in the beginning.
Yeah.
But also it's like super fun and motivating. I did a lot of like Tipsy Tinsels at the Tangent Gallery, which would
Ooh.
like these the Maddie art group throws off these like artist balls all the time,
Cool.
and there'd always be like live art competitions and that, and that'd be really fun to
Ah.
be like, you know, go in there blind and be like, okay, here's the concept, you have 20 minutes to go, and like
Yeah.
that was fun. That's
Yeah.
a cool way to go about it.
Go
And
ahead.
then I do like I don't know, I've done like my own small like little for like stories and recordings, like just listening to my stuff on a loop and like painting what comes to that. I used to kind of do like what started my, because I do a lot of all my art is like on garbage, right? That's my like my thing because it's
Mhm.
like really low overhead. So like I've been doing paintings on drum heads that are used, and it
Cool.
started with me actually doing like paradiddles with paintbrushes on my snare to start,
Oh,
like
cool.
that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Just for fun, not really for show, but conceptually like see what that looks like what is the pigment of my paradiddle, right? I don't know,
Yeah.
something like that. So like I would do things like that, and that inspired me to start just painting on drum heads, and then that you'll see in like my exhibits.
Yeah.
But yeah,
That's really cool.
so yeah,
Wow.
they blend.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. That's awesome. Do you feel like there's a well, I guess I should ask, what do you think are the similarities and the differences between like the creative outlets you get from like uh doing visual art and like music?
What are the similarities and the differences, you say?
Hmm.
Yeah, similarities and like differences that you get from like that creative and like emotional outlet.
Uh, I don't know. I think with visual art, I have something like I have a record of it. I have a record of that feeling or that emotion that I was going through.
Yeah.
And sometimes like it doesn't come out quite right, and I'm like, it's not really doesn't capture like my mood.
Mhm.
But with with like live music, I feel like I get to like have all those emotions and like really harness that in that moment. But unless someone's recording it, like it's just like in that moment, I don't
Yeah.
have any,
Yeah.
and like what I'm saying.
Yeah,
it's,
yeah,
it's,
like
it's more intense and more visceral, but it's also like fleeting because I don't get to keep it.
yeah. And honestly, to
So-
me, like I feel very similarly even when I like record. It's not like
Oh yeah.
like a feeling that is the same when you get to perform live, like when you
Mhm.
record, it's like super like you're like very analytical of like, okay, I need this to sound perfect, this to sound perfect, this, like, and then when you perform live, it's just like, yeah, just play guitar
Yeah.
and sing,
Right.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like the reason that you made the song is apparent in a live set, whereas it's kind of like, yeah, it becomes like a logarithm in a studio. Like this has to be just right for this to be right, and like you're emphasizing all the things that you want people. You're articulating it the way you want people to hear it because it's how you hear it, and it's special to you to hear that one note over here on the left. But like in a live show, people get to see you
Right.
feel it. I've definitely preference. I prefer the live for sure.
Yeah.
In any setting.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
Were you asking a question there, JR, or did? I
Oh
cut
no,
you
you
off
already
there?
answered it. You good?
Okay.
Oh, cool. Cool.
You answered it when you were talking about the live performance. So it's all
Ah.
good.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
voting.
I love like talking about like people that do other art forms, because really, I mean, like I do other art forms, but I just do like music mostly, like, and I feel like the ultimate goal is like music overall. So like when I hear about like other people's like creative like expressions through different art forms, it just fascinates the fuck out of me. I'm like, wow, like it's very cool. Like everyone's brain obviously operates differently, and but yeah, it's the only reason why I ask, because
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
I love that stuff.
No, I think there's something really awesome about like being able, like I'm always seeking in my
Mhm.
visual arts where I'm always seeking that like perfect exemplification of like what I'm trying to portray, like how it should look up here. I'm always trying to get it out through my hands, and like I've been working for like the last 2 years on this sculpture, and I also make sculptures out of garbage because it's low overhead.
Yeah.
And so this is like I'm making it out of, and I also, like, as you might know, I hoard a lot of things. Like I collect really specific things. So I've been collecting a lot of broken instruments and music gear over the years of me being a musician. And so I'm making the statue out of this conglomeration of music garbage, and it's going to be the figure of a person. But the goal is I want it to be an interactive thing. Like it's mainly broken bits, but like I have this body, and I'm trying to make it be like something where you can like pull on some strings and you have sound, or like I just want it to be, I think art should be, like, I understand, respect museums not letting you touch their art, but like I think for the most part you should be able to like touch art.
Oh,
you know,
cool.
I want you to
Yeah.
be able to interact with it. I want you to be able to like play it in a way.
Yeah.
And so like to make this sculpture would be like that for me. That'd be
Yeah.
like my biggest goal, is like here's a musical piece of art that you can interact with.
Ooh.
Almost play it like it's its own instrument. That's like
Yeah.
my biggest goal.
That's
I want
awesome.
that.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
dope.
Wow. Jameson Mosshart said, "That's one of the beauties of live music. Fleeting transient bliss. Well put." That's what he said.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I wanted to add to something that Shannon just said. I love it when people have different avenues of art too. But what also impresses me is like when actors have like a completely different artistic life. Like Jim Carrey is a mad dope ass painter, and like Idris Elba is a dope ass DJ. Like I
Yeah.
love to see like artists who you're just like, oh yeah, they're good actors and everything. Like
Right.
straight up be mad passionate about other shit than that.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. Like when like
I
you
love
know
that.
celebrities or like politicians or something, like you find out later
Yeah.
that they love like doing some sort of like art form or something.
Art
like,
form is just something like
Yeah.
mad unique and good. Like Eminem is like one of the world's best like what is it, Donkey Kong or like Pac-Man player, like
Seriously?
shit like that. Yes,
I did not
seriously.
know that.
Look that
That's
shit
so
up.
funny.
Yep.
Oh man, that's funny.
You never would have thought like Eminem.
And George
Same.
Bush is a
That
painter,
Pac-Man.
you know.
Yeah,
Right.
That's funny.
I love that.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I don't, I feel like people don't appreciate the arts enough in a whole and like understand like really what it does for us like on a day-to-day basis. Like we're constantly like taking in art no matter like if we want to or not. Like
Right.
we're watching
Everything.
like, TV shows, movies, listening to
Art.
music,
Mhm.
art. It's all art.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For what you
The
wear
ads
is
in
art.
general.
Yeah.
You know.
Like interior design and like, the way your
Art.
house looks and like so stuff like that. It's all like an art form in some way.
You know what? I think it's like the world as a whole just is like we want physical shit. They don't understand like the emotional like beauty that art brings. Like everybody just wants something to touch. Like I want this car, even though that's still art. They're like, I want this car because I respect that, or I want this because I respect that. Or even music, it's not physical. It's like you can hear it and you can have it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
for most artists, like they don't understand just having that and just having it around you, the energy and beauty it brings. They want instant results and they want results that
Right.
they can like physically see. You can't.
Right.
You
Yeah.
just see. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it
I
should be
noticed that
appreciated.
on like Yeah, I noticed that on like when I was touring with Summer Like the Season, I noticed that idea to like want something physical right now, to be like I went to this show, right? I have this thing. So we'd always give away like free stickers and people like ate that shit up just to bring them to the merch table. And for like the first 2 tours we like didn't have like physical CDs or USBs yet. Or it's like, well go to this, website and download our stuff, and like nothing was
like,
really
but
happening
you
on like
want it now.
there's no activity, like even after these tours, like we'd go to all these cities and like really wouldn't be a lot of interest or like increase in like people coming through our Bandcamp or Spotify. And then once we had like CDs, and definitely when we put everything like on a little USB stick, because like the utilitarian, like I can also just like, if I hate your music, I just have a free USB stick,
Right.
like that shit sold, and our fucking followers just skyrocketed. Like people, and who has not most of us still have CD players in our cars, like
Yeah.
CDs should be pretty outdated at this point, but like people still wanted to buy that shit.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
just like, you want a
They
thing.
want something. You know what I mean?
Right.
And it's like different. It's weird how to maneuver around like art because you can physically have it, but it's like it's that feeling of like when you see an artist who like put their heart and soul into the work, and then of course we know the curse of an artist is like sometimes it'll take forever for that one piece or that those pieces to even move because people just see it like, oh, that's nice, and
Yeah.
they move on.
Yeah.
And they see
Uh-uh.
the price and they're like, I'm not paying that much. But it's like you don't understand how much these materials cost, the love,
Yeah.
Yeah.
the stress and anxiety that somebody puts in to make something that you are looking at and makes you feel better. It's like
Yeah.
it's worth it, but we don't physically see the worth in that. The world doesn't as a whole.
Preach.
You
I
know?
was just having a conversation about this. So people are very detached of where things come from anymore, right? So it's
Which
like,
is wild. because people appreciate not over expensive art, but mad expensive popular art. Like
Right.
you love Basquiat, and Basquiat is a beast, but it's no different than an amazing artist alive right now making dope shit. Like
Yeah.
they're doing that. They're making beautiful pieces of work too, and they don't have to be passed away for you to enjoy it.
Right.
You know,
That is the curse of a fine artist. You don't really get popular till you're dead.
Yeah.
It's so
Yeah.
sad. You don't-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
And like
It's
what
hard.
Tasha was saying, like when you say like, oh, no overhead, like, and like because you like make a lot of your art out of like other like things, or like what you say, like garbage or whatever, like.
Yeah, I just find repurposed, reused material, and I'll just take a trip to Home Depot and like get some wood and some canvas, and then I just stretch my own oddly shaped or large sized canvases. So if I
Yeah.
went to Blick or Michaels, it's gonna be like $200 I'm throwing down for a blank non-gessoed
I
canvas.
love
Right.
Blick, but you're right.
Right.
Man, I love Blick. It's like you got to get me out of there in like 10 minutes, or else I'm going to buy everything. But still,
Right.
I can't in a Detroit market with like my folks and friends, I can't reasonably ask them to help me break even on that piece of art,
Right.
Because there's a $200 canvas to start, whatever else I want to put on it, and then like my time, you know?
Right. Yeah.
And yeah, I have pieces that I love so much, like the pieces that do come, like the brainchilds that come to fruition just as I wanted to see them. Like those ones, I'm like, oh right, I did it. Fuck yeah, it looks great. And
Yeah.
I put it up on a wall, and people are like, yeah, whatever, that's nice. But then like something that I was like really angry one night, and I just like threw paint at a canvas. I'm like, meh,
Yeah.
feelings.
Yeah.
That one, no one can stop talking about, and I'm like, that's,
Yeah.
it's frustrating.
Yeah.
But
It's
it's whatever
exactly
people
like-
see in it.
People are gonna, it's what people see in it, but at least they're seeing something,
Yeah.
I think that's also the point too. Like, I could care less how you feel about my feelings in the painting or my feelings in the picture is like, yep, that's what I wanted to feel. I don't care how you feel about it as long as you like love it and
Yeah.
it made you feel something cool. Like, as long as you're not being mad negative about it, which I could care less about anyway, because hey, whatever. But as long as you feel something dope, like if you feel love from this angry piece, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's always really interesting to see what people take away from it too. They're like, oh, this looks like a blankety blank, or like my time in Hawaii, or like whatever it is to them. And I'm like, really? All right.
Cool.
I love the over doing it art person who's like, this is like pain on the beach. It's like all right.
Yes.
All right. I'm
Yes.
pretty sure it's not, but all right.
I feel like I have to entertain those conversations too often when I'm at an art show. Like recently I did the Dirty Show at the Russell Industrial last
Ooh.
year.
Yeah.
Russell Industrial, MFNA.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I remember getting stuck in like this 40-minute conversation with this bro that looked like he might have had money. So I kept it going because he was like really interested in the piece I had. But he came at me like this very interesting monochromatic display of the like just went off on like high art talk. And I'm like, dude, this is the Dirty Show. Like you don't have to.
You feel me? Like,
It's two girls fucking. You can just say it, But
like
can I say the F word? I did it.
Oh yeah. 100%. You're good.
But, like I just entertained this conversation for way too long because I just thought maybe this is a potential buyer. Like I
Yeah.
could really use this money. So I went on for way too long with this person having this conversation, and at the end of the day, he was just like, "Hey, so can I get your number?" And I'm like,
Ah.
see?
"No,
That
you
shit
can get
No.
the number that's on the bottom of the canvast is what you can get and give it to me." But other than
Yeah.
that, like,
tell the strokes were
Wow. Man, that's a
coming from a place
bummer.
of love and lust. The artist
Yeah.
really like, bam,
Yeah.
it's just a very sexual piece.
yeah.
But-
yeah.
That's
It's funny like how much I feel like sometimes I have to fake it in certain environments, and other times I'm just like, oh, you see me, this is great. We
Yeah.
can just have an honest conversation, that's cool.
yeah.
Sometimes you gotta be that way.
Oh, that's a nice light. Oh,
Oh, it was.
Yeah, he's
Oh.
it's like a rave over there, yeah.
I-
I just think
I
it's
should've-
so sweet though that like you do repurpose like other items
Yeah.
and stuff, like that is like I think that's some of the coolest art there is, just for the sake of like making something that you wouldn't have used before and like turning into something else, you know? I mean, like the whole recycling's cool and everything too, you know what I mean? But like the actual like, creating something with it on your own and stuff. It's like I think that's just a very good thing that, I think everyone should be doing in some way or another,
It's fun and it's also challenging in a way sometimes to be like, what do I see in this? Usually I pick up a piece because like I can see something kind of there, but like sometimes it can be challenging because you're like, this doesn't work the right way or doesn't take paint the right way or like whatever it is I'm trying to make from it.
Right.
And I do like a lot of stuff that like I get from my adventures in the city. Oh, got an alarm going. I have so many alarms in my life now. And I get stuff from like just adventures around the city. So like in a way, these pieces are already kind of like, I like to think of it like they're already telling a story before I put my story on it, and that's fun. That's fun to think about.
Yeah, that's cool.
Get some slabs of cement from like the Russell Industrial or like the Fisher, like the Packer plant and all that stuff, and just grab some stuff. And it's already.
Do you ever like make any of your own like utensils or paints or colors or anything like that, or do you like do I don't know like anything of that sort, I guess, or utilize other things as those things?
Yeah, I mean, paintbrushes are hard to like make.
Right.
Sometimes I end up like I'll like use a palette knife or like a cooking utensil or my hands and do a lot of stuff with that. Sometimes when I run out of money to buy new brushes. And as far as like pigment staining, I don't really do too much of that anymore. I use like coffee. Sometimes coffee gets its way into my art somehow or another. Cool. I used to be like really dark and use my own blood and shit and be like, this is my pain.
That reminds me of what artist is that like was mad dope, but he was like not calling you crazy, but he was like mad crazy, like he just had cigarette butts from him smoking and painting in his art. Oh my god.
That's cool.
I want to find.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny because there is like that fine line of like, I make stuff from garbage, but sometimes when I see people just like display garbage as art, I'm always like, but like also it's the same concept, just a different, different approach, different utilization of the same material.
Yeah, so it just looks a little different. Like,
you're just like, okay, so you put like a Big Mac wrapper on this thing, and now you're gonna sell it for like 100,000. What?
Now, a Big Mac is an art form in itself.
That is culinary perfection.
I wish Dan was in the chat right now.
Yeah.
Darren Shelton said, you guys rock.
I didn't. I'm going to remember his name, but I did not find him yet.
Yeah, just shout it out when you remember it because I'm interested.
Jackson Pollock. Fucking crazy. Yo, like he would just like be smoking a cigarette, painting a picture, the cigarette would like fall in the picture, you'd be like, oh fuck it. Yeah. Let's leave it there.
Cool. I'll look into him.
Yo, he was insane.
Thank you, Darren. Darren said, you guys rock, and then he said, awesome shirt, Shan. I'm actually wearing Darren Shelton's podcast shirt right now. It's a Simpsons podcast that he has, Homerphilia. Yeah. Shout out, Darren.
What's the podcast about?
It's about like the Simpsons. It's just like a Simpsons podcast. Dope. Yeah, and it has a picture of a weird Lisa Simpson on here.
Is that like a Futurama version, Lisa? Is that what's going on here?
It kind of looks like that.
Lila Simpson.
Yeah. Lila Simpson.
Also, a while back, Krista said that she likes Mr. Gnome a lot. She said Mr. Gnome is lit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Mr. Gnome's great.
I'm checking out Mr. Gnome.
Everything I ever want to be in a band is Mr. Gnome.
Yeah. That's awesome.
I'm an Ohm. Actually, it's funny. Mr. Gnome and Ohm I discovered are like in the same time, basically. And I'm like,
yeah. When I heard Ohm for the first time, I think I posted on your wall. And I was like, Tasha, you got to listen to this. And then somebody's like, yeah, she loves them already. It's like, oh. That makes sense.
Yeah, I remember Kathleen getting to that post before I do because admittedly I'm not on Facebook very often, and Kathleen like screamed to me from across the hall like, "Oh my gosh, Shannon thinks you should like Mr. Gnome, but I told her you already like Mr. Gnome." So I think that was really cute because I'm wildly into them.
Yeah,
I saw them live. I saw them I think at Deluxe Flux.
Oh, cool.
And that was.
Yeah.
Oh, so good.
My friend Viv, that's in this band, VV Lightbody from Chicago, was about to go like on tour with them before like COVID started, and then COVID started. So yeah,
Of,
yeah.
of course.
So she was all stoked about it too. You know, she's like, yeah, what?
COVID,
Can't wait.
yo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've heard of that project. I've heard of
Yeah,
Viv.
yeah. VV Lightbody is yeah. Well, I want to ask you the infamous question that we've been asking people on this show.
The big question.
The big
big
question. I feel like this has just become the big question because both
It
of us
is
have
the
asked
question.
it. What is it?
I'm gay.
I was just thinking about my friend coming out in high school today. Like I had that like thought in my head. So that's just funny that you said that. Like I thought back to that moment of like when that happened and like yeah. So are you gay? No. Oh yeah.
I'm waiting for this.
You are hilarious.
The infamous question though is what is it that you are looking for or like draws your attention when you listen to like new music that you've never heard before? So like it could be new or old music, but just music that's new to you.
Like, what makes it interesting to me?
Yeah, like what really draws you in?
Probably something happening that I was not expecting.
Yeah.
Anytime there's a good twist in a song or like some crazy harmony that just came out of left field,
Yeah.
or like just a shift in dynamics or like a time change. There's something, I just like things that are not predictable.
Yeah.
I think if I can be like, oh, I know where the song's going, and then that song just goes exactly where I thought it was gonna go, I'm like, it should. I mean, it could be fine. Like there could be nothing wrong with the song, but I'm just like probably not gonna play it again.
I feel like as far as anybody that we have had on this show so far, that the way you listen to music is the most similar to the way I listen to music. Yeah. I like things
got
that are
great taste
throwing
in
me
music,
for a
so-
loop. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that makes you want to play it again. And you're like, wait, does that work? Does it make sense? Like, what? Do I like that? I like it. I like it a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. Sweet.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. Do you guys want to get into the listening portion of this show?
Listen to something.
Certainly.
Dun da da da. All right, I'm gonna send both of you this. Can you open your Instagram, by the way, Tasha? Are you able to do that, or able to open like which one's gonna be easier for you to like see, Facebook or Instagram, for messages as far as messages go?
Probably. Oops, I got too much junk in this trunk. I think I can open Instagram.
Instagram?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Either one's fine with
How to
me.
Find out what I'm logged into. Music.
All right, I just sent you the album choices, and as soon as you open it, let me know. Yeah, drum roll. Valerie put drum roll. Valerie Claft. Shout out Valerie Claft.
Valerie,
Hey, what
give
up,
us a
Val?
drum roll.
I forgot to tell Val that I got another one of those protein shakes that her and I got the other day together. Got another one.
Oh, it's the protein shakes.
Good old protein shakes, you know. I don't know if they're good for me or not, but I don't care. That was good. They were fire. All right. Let me know when you see them, and I will announce them one by one.
Did you? Here I go.
Yeah, I
Did you
didn't
send it
think
on
you-
my Tosh McGosh one? Because I see a message at 8:40 and nothing more recent.
I might have sent it.
Wait, JR, you got it?
Oh, wait. No, it's not sent yet. Sorry.
Oh, okay. I thought my
That
There we
moment
go.
where you just don't click send. Yep.
Yeah. Got it now. All right. And then I will reveal them. So, the first album. Oh, man. Elma Queer. Tasha, how do you say that?
Querer.
Querer.
Elma Querer.
Elma Querer. By
Rosalia.
Rosalia. By Rosalia.
I think I know who sent that, but for sure.
Do you speak Spanish, Tasha?
Un poco, pero no uso no día.
Yep. She sure
I do a little bit, but I don't get to use it.
So that's a
It's
no.
what I said.
You don't speak that.
9.
All right. And then this next one is I Can Feel You Creep Into My Private Life by Tune Yards. And it was so funny when somebody requested that. It's like, dude, she loves Tune Yards. So, yeah.
I really do.
Next one is Rub by Peaches. The other one is Shabrang by Sevadaliza. Sevadaliza? I don't know.
Okay.
And then Bosnian Rainbows by Bosnian Rainbows. Yeah. So, based on these album names, what are you thinking you want to listen to and review? You can do anything. It doesn't have to be something you don't know. It doesn't have to be something you know. It can be literally any choice.
Initially, I'm like, absolutely, I want to do Tune Yards, but that's kind of my comfort zone. I could probably, I mean, Peaches, I love Peaches too, though. They're both my comfort zone. This is hard. This is a hard one.
The person that
I
requested
feel like-
Tune Yards doesn't even
What?
know who you are either. And I was
Doesn't
like,
know who I am?
yeah, they don't even know who you are, and they picked Tune Yards. I was like, oh my God, that's cool. Yeah.
They already know me so well. I feel I was a little intimidated by this whole thing because I'm like, what if it's an album I've never heard of before? I don't even know. What if I have no opinions? You know.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Let's do. No, fuck it. Let's do Tune Yards. I want to listen to Tune Yards. I'm in
Yay!
that mood. I'm in that mood.
Cool. I'm down. Have you listened
sure.
to this album at all, like a lot or anything?
Not a lot actually.
Okay,
It's one of
cool.
the ones I don't listen to that often. So there we go.
Sweet.
It's on a mix.
See, that's like the best part too, when it's like a band that you know you like, but you haven't like dived into that album yet because you haven't had like a chance to or something, and it's just like, yeah, I could. Here it is. I could finally listen to it. All right. So this album is from 2018. It looks like it's 12 songs. So, also the listening things. Oh, what happened?
Uh-oh.
I don't know. She'll come back, hopefully.
Tosh, my gosh.
Tasha.
Oh my gosh.
So we got 2 of 3 in the call. Well, here I'll delete these while she.
Sure. That makes me think my favorite episode of SpongeBob when they beat up that old man, the old man fish.
Yeah.
How many times do you have to teach you this lesson, old man? Hey, yo, like I love the children.
Oh man.
Yo, every time, I don't care how old I get, it's
Dude.
going down. That.
Oh man. Where is? Oh, there she is. Yay.
Ah,
Yay. She's back.
happened?
Kathleen said, "Come back."
Yeah.
Did I just go away? Did you go away? I don't know what happened just now.
I'm
Who knows?
not sure. I think you went away for a second, but you're back now, so I'm all
Yo,
about it.
what if no one went away?
Dude, JR, are you like a big SpongeBob fan? Like you dove deep? Is that
Look, SpongeBob. I'm about to tell my age. I was 9 when SpongeBob
Right.
premiered. So yep.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
can't help it. The TV show's been on forever, and you cannot not laugh at no episode of SpongeBob.
Yeah, it's probably my favorite cartoon besides Hey Arnold. Like
Hey Arnold is my favorite cartoon.
yeah, Hey Arnold's I'm glad we have the same taste in cartoons, so that's great.
Shout out to Stupid Kid. That's my guy.
Yeah, Stoop Kid. Afraid to leave Stoop. All right.
sure.
So we are going to listen to I Can Feel You Creep Into My Private Life. It is 12 songs long. It's from the year 2018, so 2 years ago.
2 years in the future.
And it's by the band Tune Yards. Have you ever seen Tune Yards perform live, Tasha?
No, they're like the last on my bucket list. I would love to.
Yeah, they're phenomenal live.
Have you?
Yeah, I saw them in 2012, actually. At,
Oh. In Detroit?
no, it was actually, I think it was at the Crowfoot
Oh.
in 2012.
Wow, back in the day.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that was a
Hilarious.
great show. All right, do you guys want to listen to the first song? It's called Heart
Kick it
Attack.
out.
All right.
Yeah,
If you
yeah.
guys can't hear anything, like just be like, shut what? Like, 'cause I don't know if I'll be able to hear you if you say
I got
anything.
you.
So it's just
I'm gonna mute myself and listen to you.
awesome.
It's giving me a heart attack, we jump so high but fall right back. Giving me a heart attack, don't let me lose my soul. Giving me a heart attack, we jump so high but fall right back. Giving me a heart attack, don't let me lose my soul. Oh, she drew up the night and she drew up the dawn. She drew up the night, she drew up the dawn. She was there until she was gone. Oh, I would tell you the story if you would listen. Let me speak. Let me breathe. Oh, let me breathe. Oh, it's giving me a heart attack. Don't let me lose my soul. It's giving me a heart attack, we jump so high that far right back. Giving me a heart attack, don't let me lose my soul. It's giving me a heart attack, we jump so high that far right back. Giving me a heart attack, don't let me lose my soul. I'm only human. I'm only human. I'm only human. I'm only human. She drew up the night and she drew up the dawn. She drew up the night and she drew up the dawn. She was there until she was gone. Oh, I would tell you a story if you would listen and learn. Let me speak. Let me breathe. Oh, let me breathe. Oh, it's giving me a heart attack. Don't let me lose my
All right. Yo, that was sick.
Oh wait, yeah, that was nice.
Wow.
Is that great?
Yeah, that was really cool.
No, that's the kind of song exactly like that when that strings part happens. Like that's the kind of moment that I'm talking about in a song where it's like, what? What?
Yeah.
How did we just go from this like really groovy bass line, these like weird little like technical texturing things to like a symphonic bridge? Like what? Yeah.
Yeah.
So cool.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
They're
I
so
fuck with
good.
that. I fuck with that. That was nice.
It's so cool to
Yeah.
hear that like transition too of like the kind of music that they made when I saw them back in like 2012 versus like now too. It's it's a lot more like, you know, like I guess like techno-y or like electronic-y. I guess not techno, but like
Yeah.
electronic-y. Yeah.
Oh yeah, she uses a lot of electronic instrumentation in her work.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just and it's so good. Like it's the nothing's there for like by accident. You know, everything has
Right.
its purpose. You know, it's so good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's
Just a queen of arrangements. Yeah.
Yeah, she's cool.
And it's just like always, you know, they always sound like different. Like from album to album, I've noticed like their songs will sound different, but like immediately you know who it is.
Yeah.
You know, they just have like this iconic sound, like that, from those walking bass lines to like, you know, her very like her background to growing up in Africa, very like percussive. Like it's very unique.
Mhm.
you know?
Yeah, yeah. She just has that voice too that like just sounds like Tune Yards. You know what I mean? Like
And yeah, just
yeah,
by herself, the fucking her
Yeah.
range. Oh,
yeah,
She grew up in Africa. That's crazy.
yeah,
pretty sure that's the story. She has her background in Africa, and you just hear like she just pulls a lot of those roots and her use of percussion and like how she sings. You know, she's
yeah,
got this like wailing, like yodeling like voice. That's so cool.
yeah. It is really cool. She sounds
Yodeling,
great.
but you know, it's just so unique.
Yeah,
Ah.
yeah. She definitely has a very unique and like noticeable voice. Like, yeah, that is Tune Yards.
Tune Yards.
100%. Yeah. The
Yep.
next song is called Coast to Coast. Let's check this one out.
I don't know the language, all the words mean fear. This land is sinking as I try to get clear. Knowledge then wisdom, the answer's right here. Burn the sage and sow the seed. Nobody left to feed. Coast to coast, right, left, fantasy, fantasy. Don't let them pave my feet down or I'll drown. Right, from coast to coast. Never learn to say goodbye. See you in the middle when the walls come tumbling down to the sea. I know your language, but I wish it were silence. The seeds are sown in all the small acts of violence. I was just so tired, too tired to say a thing. Kept my head down, eyes closed, and let freedom ring. We let freedom ring. That was freedom. Right, left, fantasy, fantasy. They're gonna pave my feet down and I'll drown. Right, from coast to coast. Better run if you wanna move at all. Now is it time to say goodbye to New York? Welcome the ocean and lay your blame down. Right, from coast to coast. Better learn to say goodbye. See you in the middle when the walls come tumbling down to the sea. Build a sky, build it big enough to hold us all. Right, left, fantasy, fantasy. Until you're looking your fear in the eyes. Right, from coast to coast. I'll surrender to the truth, but never to the lies. Maybe I'll never say goodbye to New York. And then they'll pave my feet down and I'll drown. Right, from coast to coast. Never learn to say goodbye.
Yeah, that was sweet. Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pulls it all off.
It's cool too because I feel like, the music is definitely like weird and out there, but it's also like easy to listen to at the same time, Like
Yeah.
I feel like they do a good job with that, like
Oh,
making
man.
something unique and authentic, but also like, you know, making something very like listenable and like enjoyable to listen to,
Right. It just draws you in. You're like, what's gonna happen next?
Yeah, yeah. That's
Yeah.
really cool.
It's their beauty. I think is like they can get really chaotic and just they probably have just so many tracks per one song, right? There's so much layering going on, but
Yeah.
she really knows like she just oh my gosh she gets dynamics, like she knows when to cut.
Yeah.
It's sometimes the absence of sound in her songs that are so impactful.
Yeah, for sure.
She really uses that pause.
Yeah, yeah. She's great. It was really good so far. I have not listened to this album yet, so
2018. Yeah, this is great.
yeah, it's really cool. The next song is called ABC 123.
That's what I know.
Okay, cool.
Sun burn down on me atop this hill so I can see. My skin boils red and scabs and stings, but I must be a witness to everything. Fan the fire or face the crowd. California's burning down, sitting in the middle of the sixth extinction, silently suggesting the investment in a generator. I called you up because I thought you'd see it my way. I looked for freedom and I found it on the highway. No other option, so I'm peeling off the driveway. Sing those brand new ABCs. ABC 1, 2, 3, ABC 1, 2, 3, ABC 1, 2, 3, I want so badly to be liked. I ask myself, why was I nice? I ask myself, what should I do? But all I know is white centrality. My country served me horror coke. My natural freedom up in smoke. My people looted, feed us, lead us into the obscene. I mean, I'm not a desert island and I ate up all the coal. I was so hungry, but I know that it's normal. But my behavior isn't anything but moral. So unhappy, ABC. I called you up because we had a great connection. You couldn't hear me 'cause of innocent protection. But one night before the very next election, no abstentions, vote the ABCs. I called you up because I'd like to see it your way. The bridge between us is behind a different doorway. Thought I was looking, but I don't know what to see. Living in a new reality. A desert island and I ate up all the coal. I was so hungry, but I know it isn't normal. But my behavior isn't anything but moral. ABC, ABC 1, 2, 3, ABC 1, 2, 3, ABC 1, 2, 3, ABC 1, 2,
All right.
I'm rolling because I was like, yo, where you live?
Yeah.
That is that much
Yeah.
traffic right now.
Yeah.
That's how
Yeah.
bugged out I was. That was tight though. I love that.
Yeah, that was sweet.
She
I
does
love
a
the
great job.
bounce. Like I'm all for bounce. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she does this great like mix,
Groove
like a
to her.
juxtaposition. You know,
Yeah.
it's like super like upbeat, dancey music, but like lyrically, her content is always so topical and political. You know, she's
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
serious about what she's talking about, but it's like super catchy, and you want to dance. You're
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, social injustice, white centrism, fuck that, yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. I really like those vocal melodies too. Like a lot of those vocal melodies were insane over like, chord progression, pretty simple loop,
Yeah.
but then like all of her
Same
vocal
thing going-
melodies were like
yeah.
insane. Like so good.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's wild. Ugh.
Yeah, it's very good. Kathleen said, I kept trying so hard to think of a good album for Tasha to review. Whoever suggested this, well done. Yeah. I feel like it's safe to say now. Usually, we don't like reveal who says the album. Like try to do anonymous, but Rafiq, my friend Rafiq requested this one. So
Cool.
yeah,
Dope.
Thank you, Jake.
yeah. All right, so the next song is Now as Then. Now as
Hey,
Then.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
I'm exceptional. I'm an exception. I'm the exception. That's for me, that's also for me. I'm a contradiction. I'm fascinating. Not enough, too much to tell me I'm special. They might look like me, but they don't know. Man, I wanna take you home. Oh, the relaxation I feel here. Oh, the relaxation I feel most everywhere. Except the places I don't go. Except the places I don't go. No, don't trust me. That I won't take all the money and run. Don't trust me. That I won't take all the money and run. Oh, I'm just a shell of myself. I might just take all the money and run. I wanna be a woman if it's permission, like it's permission. Now as then, I know then as now. Now as then, I know then as now. I know I'm not to be trusted. She had this thing with her shoulders, couldn't sleep on either side, face up to the ceiling, nowhere to hide. Oh, she has this thing with her shoulders, can't sleep on either side, face up to the ceiling, nowhere to hide. Oh, she's speaking to me, speaking right to me, they're all speaking right to me, speaking my language, it's all in my language, a universal language, and I am loved, I am loved, I am loved in every single tongue. Oh, don't trust me, that I won't take all the money and run. Don't trust me, that I won't take all the money and run. No,
Yeah.
Chills.
Yeah, that was sweet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. She got great hooks
Yeah.
every time.
Yeah.
Each song.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm really glad I got to listen to this album. Yeah.
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 Blast from the past. Really, it lasts, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, it's great. How old is what's her name? What's her actual
Thanks. Cigarette delivery. I'm blanking on it, honestly.
Yeah.
It's sad. That's
let's
sad.
see
I gotta
here.
figure this.
I know she has like a funky
Um,
name. Let's
Mhm.
see here.
Is it? I don't know how to pronounce her last name, but Meryl Garbus.
Meryl. I knew it was old timey
Meryl Garbus.
Meryl.
Why wouldn't I know how to
Meryl.
pronounce Garbus for sure?
I'm ashamed that I completely blanked on that. Yeah.
I like the name Meryl.
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 Hey Meryl. Garbus.
Humble Meryl.
Yeah, she got some Meryl's got some jams. Yeah.
Meryl's got some pipes. That's
Yeah.
what it always gives me.
Yo,
Those
she
little
do.
chills.
She could sing her ass off. That's
Kathleen knew who she was.
Of course, Kathleen knows everyone.
Yeah, she knows like names
Yo,
really well.
facts.
Kathleen like remembers like actors and actresses and stuff way better than I ever would.
One
in my
hit
whole-
wonder actresses and actors, like from a movie from like the 1980s. She's like, oh yeah, so
Yeah.
and so that played on so and so. Totally, yeah.
I don't
Guest
know how she
appearance on
does
this
it.
show. Yeah.
I don't have that kind of brain. Like I forget
She
people's
kn-
names in shows. Like if I'm watching the show Mad Men, I don't remember like the characters' names in Mad Men. I always be like, oh, the white girl that always wears the dresses. Like, you know.
the all-knowing Kathleen. Yo,
No.
she should remember timestamps too. If you listen to this, Kathleen, so you can fuck people up. Like go to 12:51 on episode 12.
If I know anything about, Kathleen, it's that her concept of time, it's a little out there. So I
Yeah.
don't know about that, Jazz. But names, she's got names for days.
Yeah.
Getting her out the door, that's something entirely different.
We gotta get Kathleen. We gotta get
I love you,
Kathleen on this
Kathleen.
show. You know, just the lover of and supporter of the arts here. That would be a great person to have on this show too.
Oh,
Yo, facts.
Kathleen,
Yeah.
you're gonna be one of our guests next month. If
get
that's okay with
Fortunati.
you.
Fortunati on the cast.
Yeah. All right. The next song is called Honesty. Honesty.
Honestly.
Meryl, being honest here. All right.
Honesty. 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 Honesty gone. Did no right from wrong. Honesty. 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 Honesty gone. Honesty, honesty gone. Did no right from wrong. Honesty, 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 honesty gone. Honesty, honesty gone. Did no right from wrong. Honesty, 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 honesty gone. Honesty, honesty gone. Did no right from wrong. Honesty, honesty gone. Honesty, honesty gone. Do you really wanna know? Honesty, honesty gone. with the physical sensations coursing through your body. Honesty. Breathe. Honesty, honesty. Honesty, honesty. Do you really Honesty, honesty, gone. Did the love from honesty, 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 gone. Honesty, honesty, gone. Did the love from honesty, 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 gone.
Wow. Yep.
Oh,
I
I
I'm not
appreciate
gonna
that
lie.
light show, Jay. I really get
Yo,
me there. Getting me in that
It
mood.
was fun with the lights for sure.
Yeah.
Yo, that was tight. I had to. That was tight. I
That
love
was
that.
great.
I'll be honest,
Oh
that
my-
made me want to like go out and dance somewhere and
I know
realize,
that
No.
made me miss it hard. Yeah.
Yeah.
It made me think I was in movement or something. That was whew.
Yeah. My mom
I
my mom said it's almost like different songs in one, honestly. She said honestly. My mom has
Honestly,
been
how many
cracking
songs?
jokes in this freaking chat like all night.
That's
Oh.
great.
That's OG Maureen.
Yeah.
Marine.
Maureen the original.
Ah,
And then M said I support Castleen. Is that like
Kathleen.
is Castleen like a name that Kathleen might go by that I don't know?
That's
Or is
That's an
that
inside joke I'm not aware of if
underground
that
name.
is.
unless it's like she's saying, like how he said like Kathleen knows like all of like the casts of
Oh,
People-
I bet they are punny. I could see them being that creative with that for sure.
yeah. Yeah. You could definitely see them
I-
being that. Yeah.
Oh man. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Yeah, Maureen and Merle would get along. I can see this right now, honestly.
Yeah. Honestly.
Oh, That was
And
great.
I also apologize.
Yeah, like,
I think I said she, and I feel stupid, but I'm sorry about that.
I just like, God, her use of like, you can tell she's using like a MIDI pad for like all these just like quick trigger things, and she just like she uses that MIDI like a percussive instrument,
Yeah.
like keeping that beat with these like, it's great. It's creative.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Kathleen said, "Nah, they are just saying I know cast members." Yep.
Play on words always.
Play on words.
Mhm.
Oh, I miss jokes.
I love a good pun. Yeah.
I love a good pun.
Is that
I
a
miss
pun?
jokes.
Sometimes
I miss
forget what puns
jokes from other people.
2020. I miss jokes.
2020. I just love that meme that's been going around where it's like, I used to go see live shows. Like, sure you did, Grandma. Let's get you to bed. Like, it's how it's my year.
Dude, yeah, I just.
I
shared
saw
that meme.
Rose shared it, and I was like, you shared it. I'm like, it's wildfire right now.
Oh
That
man,
meme.
that meme's really good. That's really good.
Good. It's me. I'm Grandma.
Mm-hmm.
What's next?
The name of the song is Colonizer.
Oh shit.
Whew.
Here it is.
Here it
Getting
is.
heavy.
Yep. getting deep here.
I use my white woman's voice to tell stories of travels with Africa.
Damn, what a way to end it.
Yeah.
Boom.
That those lyrics were intense. I like looked them up as we were listening.
Oh
And-
yeah, yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And there's that prime example of her like harmonic yodeling, wailing she does. I love it.
Yeah. Those lyrics are phenomenal. Like those are some good
Yeah.
good
She's a great writer.
great
Great.
writer.
Great record.
Yeah.
Great.
Man. It's very cool. Yeah, and the yodel thing that you're talking about.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah. Key.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like I love her use of horns. Like usually I'm like, oh, but like, oh, just all that horn work.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Horn work is good. Yeah. Rafik is in the chat finally. He's the one that requested the album. He said,
There you go.
Thank you, Rafik. Great request.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, I love her
Pull the horn
lyrics.
off my back.
Kathleen just brought up what I was about to say.
Yeah.
Good show.
Yeah.
Same thoughts. Yeah, like her lyrics are like strong, and he's talking about some real shit, which I love. I'm all for. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially
Yeah.
if you're doing it in a unique way. Like I feel like so many people who speak out about certain things, they do it in this same like militant way, and I feel like the way she's doing it is like not necessarily fun, but it's like y'all gonna groove to these things that
Yeah.
I'm saying, and her voice is very much so an instrument too, how she sings. So
Right.
you definitely hear what she's saying, and it's not lost in like the groove of shit, which
Yeah.
is dope. So I love it.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's a great way to like make it palatable to those who
Yeah,
probably
like,
want to not
there you
hear
go.
it. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I really like the lyric. I turn on my white woman's voice to contextualize acts of my white woman friends.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like that was cool.
Nail on the
I
head.
cry my white woman tears, carving grooves in my cheeks to display what I meant.
Oh.
damn,
Damn. Yeah, she's a good writer. Great writer. Yeah.
very good.
Good job, Merle.
Good job, Meryl.
Good job, Merle.
Rafik says, seeing that live, no one knows how to feel, but it's so dancey. Colonizer is a healing song. That's what he
Of course it is.
said. Yeah. The next song is Look at Your Hands. That's the name of it. So I'm gonna do
Have
that.
you ever just looked at your hands, man?
I'm gonna do that, I think.
Look at my hands.
Yeah. Cool. All right, here it goes. Oh, I know this one.
hands.
Wow. That was really cool too.
Yeah.
Yo, that
Yeah.
was so 80s dance out for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rafiq said so many pedals on this one. Nate on the bass adds a lot to her sound, and he likes when the bass goes on the offbeat in this one. Yeah.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
bass is like that part of that iconic sound, you know. Bass
Yeah.
carries so much of these songs.
Has
Yeah.
the same
So good.
bass player been in the band the whole time they've been doing this thing? Is
I feel like, oh man, the history is, I'm not entirely sure. I know when he came on, it kind of transformed how she was playing live because it was almost all looper pedals and effects, from my
Yeah.
understanding.
yeah, she
And
did
when
a lot
he
of
came and
looping.
started joining her, like it was always, once he came in, it was always those two. And then they have like different, I think she's settled now with a drummer that she tours with, but there used to be a bunch of different percussive people.
Yeah,
but,
yeah. I remember
know,
like a lot of the looping
I
and
just-
percussiveness stuff when I like saw it live in like
Mhm.
2012. But
Yeah, she's definitely evolving as she gets through all these different albums. I bet with, how they change. But yeah, I wish I knew more of her background. Honestly, all I know is she was a failed puppeteer, and that's like what drew me to her story at first. And then she started making these musics and kind of telling her story through the music instead. And I'm like, God, you're just a wildly unique person.
yeah, yeah, she's really cool.
Yeah, kind of like what you're talking about, how artists, have these other passions that you're like,
Yeah.
oh, and you do this?
Yeah, yeah.
You know, that's always crazy. Like you do so much shit. Like, and that's their true passion. I feel too. The opposite is always the truth because
Yeah.
they never really display it. Like when I was saying about Jim Carrey, like he's an amazing artist, but he doesn't take you on a tour of his studio as much as he shows or does interviews for a movie he's doing. Same with Idris. Like he'll DJ, but that's just what he does. Is you see more of the other because that's what they're mad passionate about. They don't have time to like play the media role. They're just doing the shit.
Right.
I love that.
The next song is called Home. Let's check it out.
Let's go home. We're bored in the home.
Let's see here. Okay. All right.
Everything is better when you're cheering for the winner. When you're cheering for the winner, then the song remains the same. She's a fool. She's a Home in an Isle of cans and bags. Home in a tent house made of rags. Home in the hate you cannot see. Home in a recollection. Got to understand the past to find direction. Everything is better when you're cheering for the winner. When you're cheering for the winner, the song remains the same. She's a fool. She's a fool. She's a fool. but you're not telling my story, man. I came to get down, but you're not telling my story, man. I came to get down, but you're not telling my story, man. Came to get down, but you're not telling my story, man. I came to get down, but you're not telling my story, man. I came to get down, but you're not telling my story, man. Came to get down, but you're not telling my story, man. Came to get down, but you're not telling my story, man. Came to get down, but you're not telling my story, man. Came to get down.
Sweet.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
That was
Wow.
cool.
I looked it up because I was curious about the bassist Nate. It's actually her husband, and they've been working together as like their sole project. It says since 2000s.
Whoa, that's so cool. Oh wait, you're
That's
still.
dope.
I think you're on mute again. Let's see.
Power couple.
There we go. Yeah.
He
Man,
just comes back and says power couple.
Power couple.
100%. Yeah. You know, I really like her. I don't know. I just feel like there's literally like no remorse with like some of like the talk down stuff she does and how she uses her voice and stuff like that. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. She just kind of has like this very like raw thing about it, and like what it sounds like, and like this is a 100% a compliment on her toward her, is that like it's like she knows exactly what she's getting like going into when she wants to do something, you know, as far
Yeah.
as like recording her like vocals go. Like it's like she just records something and then it's like, yep, that's it, I'm gonna run with that idea, let's do that, you know. Like it, I just feel like there's no looking back, and she just keeps going with these like vocal ideas. I don't know if that makes sense, but she
Yeah, she just rides that train of thought and then somehow brings it all full circle back still to these
yeah
really catchy like choruses she's created too.
yeah
A skill.
yeah she's very talented, and that bass line was sick in that song.
Oh, yeah.
Kathleen said it was her favorite song.
Ah, home.
Yeah.
Of course it would be.
And Rafi said the way she uses everything, all the elements of the instruments, including her voice, is the reason why I'm a fan. Yeah. Yeah.
True. Same.
Yeah. The next song is called Hammer.
Hammer.
Hammer. So let's listen to it.
You won't get off my back. You won't get off my back. You won't get off my back. Coming down. You won't get off my back. You
right.
Ooh.
Oh man, Rafiq said I ended Colonizer too early because she does something cool and haunting at the last
Oh,
couple
shit.
seconds. All right, I'm gonna.
Yeah, this
I'm gonna
whole
go back.
album has like these transitions through it to like
Yeah.
keep you like,
Yeah.
floating in that consciousness.
I wanna do that. I wanna.
I wonder what she did. Oh, you bringing it back?
Oh, okay. Looks like that was. Let's see here.
I can feel you creep into my private life.
Cool. Yeah, she says the album name at the end too.
Oh, she said it. She did it.
Yeah. It's like when they say Hot Tub Time Machine in the movie Hot Tub Time Machine.
Yeah.
They're like, I think it's a hot tub time machine. And they're like,
Hmm.
Oh.
Let's see. We got Who Are You is our next song. JR has
I'm JR. What was you saying?
Oh yeah, JR.
That would be me.
That was good, Joe. At first I was like, wait.
But what?
My brain was like slow. Who Are You is the next song, but JR has to get off at 11, so we'll try.
What's up?
You know, wrap. You know.
I get time.
Yeah, we got like
Yeah.
3 more songs, so.
Oh, yeah,
Squeeze that in there.
we can. Let's do it.
Bang through it.
The science is cold.
okay, it's okay. All you gotta do is pay attention.
Cool. I just wanted to listen and make sure there's no sneaky snap at the end.
Yep. Can't cut it short.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
All right. So the next song is called "Private Life."
Oh, there it is.
Almost
She said
full
it.
circle, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I don't wanna hear my voice, hear my voice. I don't wanna hear my voice, hear my voice. You would never guess what was living inside of people like me and you. Only you erase what you embrace. So what will the good girls do? Sing it. I don't wanna hear my voice, hear my voice. I don't wanna hear my voice, hear my voice. You would never guess what was living inside of people like me and you. Only you erase what you embrace. So what will the good girls do? Sing it. I can feel you creeping into my private life. I can feel you creeping into my private life. I can feel you creep into my private life. I just wanna hear your voice, hear your voice. I just wanna hear your voice, hear your voice. I would never guess it was living inside a hero like you. Oh, if music kills, then what will the good folks do? Sing it. I just wanna hear your voice, hear your voice. I just wanna hear your voice, hear your voice. I would never guess it was living inside a hero like you. Oh, if music kills, then what will the good folks do? Sing it. I can feel you creeping into my private life. Let me go to that place. Let me sit in that place. I can feel you creeping into my private life. Welcome my soul to that place. Feel the tone of that place. Let me go to that place. Let me sit in that place. Welcome my soul to that place. Feel the tone of that place. I'm willing to abandon what my body knows. Reveal yourself, reveal yourself. Reveal yourself, reveal yourself. Reveal yourself, reveal yourself. Reveal yourself, reveal yourself. I just wanna hear your voice, hear your voice. I just wanna hear your voice, hear your voice. You would never guess what was living inside of people like me and you. Oh, when you erase what you embrace, so what will the good girls do? Sing it.
Yeah.
Damn, that was tight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was really cool.
Ramping
Man.
it up.
We got one more song on the album. It's called "Free." I just wanted to shout out Dan for giving me this Diet Coke just now. Good surprise. That was a great surprise. I feel like a '90s mom
Crispy.
drinking a little Diet
A little
Coke.
Diet Coke, yeah.
Yeah.
Get me that Diet Coke.
Hun, can
Give
you
me the
just get me a
Diet Coke.
Diet Coke out of the fridge?
I turned it into a Jersey Ma. Yeah.
You did turn into a Give me the Diet Coke.
Give
Babe, give me the Diet Coke. I'm parched. Okay.
Chocolate.
Let's hear it.
Ah! I'm parched in chocolate.
Yeah. All right, next song is "Free," and then
Hear
we'll
it.
do a little, a little close
Yeah.
down of the stream.
Do y'all, before you play it, do y'all watch Saturday Night Live at all?
I haven't watched
not
it
recently.
recently. I just watched like
show.
old stuff.
It's a skit. I don't watch it like that, but it's a skit between Maya Rudolph and is it Christian Wiig?
Yeah,
And
Kristen
they do
Wiig.
act like Bronx moms.
Oh yeah, yeah. I know that. I know that.
Y'all just reminded me of that shit. That shit's so funny.
I'll be honest with you, even though like Maya Rudolph and like, you know, Kristen Wiig are some like more recent people that have been a part of the SNL scene, you know, and I think they became more like prevalent like when I was like in high school. I think that was like when they started more of their SNL career, if I'm not mistaken. But they're some of my two favorite people that have ever come off that show, like ever. Like Maya Rudolph is incredible, and
Eva.
she's Minnie Riperton's daughter.
Oh, Minnie.
Yeah, which is really cool too. Yeah.
I love Minnie so
Oh
much.
my god, I love Minnie too. She's my fave. Here's free. Here's free.
good.
Free.
Crying, I keep crying for my love who left me hung. But it was limitation, taught me what I truly loved. Crying, I keep crying for my truth, my tears the only root. But I'm alive and seething, and I'm coming back for you. Don't tell me I'm free. Don't tell me I'm free. Don't tell me I'm free. Crying, I keep crying for my love who kept me hung. But it was tribulation, taught me what I truly done. Crying, I keep crying for my home, the only one I have known. If I go back, I'll only stand over my grave alone. Don't tell me I'm free. Don't tell me I'm free. I'm free.
Record it really quick for you. Is that?
Do you mind?
No, not at all. So it would be heart attack. 1, 2, 3. Got it. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Left Behind is one of my favorite.
All right.
Ooh, hey.
Yeah. Sorry for
Yo.
I noticed like the numbers dropped like immediately in our viewers because it got cut off the Facebook stream once again for copyright.
No.
good old copyright. I love it. I don't. hate
Of
it.
course.
Ah,
Yeah.
I get hit with them all the time.
they know.
Yeah. They won't let me. They keep hitting me with the same one song every time, and it's irritating.
Yeah.
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 It's Frank Ocean.
Oh, really?
Anytime I play Frank Ocean, they're like, "Stop
Got an
that."
army of lawyers on his side.
Yeah. It's like it's getting like so crazy to the point where like Mark Zuckerberg is like, you know, designed it so Facebook just shuts your profile off completely.
Yeah, I've seen it. That's so dumb.
Like we'll just
Yeah.
delete your Facebook account if you start playing music. And me and Dan were just like, well, we'll keep making Facebook pages, I guess.
Yeah.
We'll just keep making new ones and we'll keep doing it. You know what I mean?
Oh man.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
I
Can't
feel like
even
as
have
long as the
fun.
person isn't like trying to make money off the artist,
Right.
Right.
then it's okay. Like,
Especially now, man. This is the only way we can like socialize and hang
Yes,
out.
sir.
We can't enjoy some music together.
Right.
Get out of here.
as a
Exactly.
DJ, I'm like, just let me fucking spin some music. I'm not
Right.
making no money off of this right now. Like,
Right. And like,
making money off a gig, yes, but I'm doing this for the just for the vibe of things. Like, let me do it.
exactly. And
Do
like,
it for the vibe.
you know, like if you're doing like live streaming on like Twitch, you can do like payouts on Twitch too. You know, people can like donate to your like, you know, Streamlabs, which can be connected to your like bank account or PayPal, whatever, which is cool.
Yeah.
And like, I mean, they don't like take you off of there. You know what I mean? And like, that's why I think it's weird for Facebook because you can't even do. I mean, I guess you can do that on Facebook. You can like, I guess donate.
Monetize it. Yeah.
You can, but
Yeah, but it's not.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. Like,
it's just,
I'm
it's
not.
just
I'm
dumb.
not
It's
doing
like,
that. Don't take my stuff off, dude. Like, you know, like,
right.
yeah,
Wah wah.
yeah. Oh well,
Right.
you know. Yeah, Kathleen was just like, "Hey, I got kicked off Facebook," and I was like, "Yep, probably for copyright." And then she's like, "It's
Wow.
still on Twitch." She's like, "Yeah, yeah."
Yo, what if you got kicked off of Facebook for playing White Bees music?
I did.
Like,
I
what-
did.
That would be some
I'm not
ironic
even
shit.
kidding you. My stream got kicked off during my album release because
What?
I used like the backing tracks for my
Mhm.
songs, which are obviously like
Okay.
recognizable,
Uh-huh.
because I have my music in, you know,
your
DistroKid's
music.
like database now, you know, and so like since my backing tracks are recognizable, they kicked me off during my album release actually because I used the backing tracks. Yeah.
Come
Jesus.
on.
Yeah,
bruh.
and I mean, there's no way of them knowing that like my personal page is like connected
Right.
to my like, you know, DistroKid. But if I were to stream from my band page, those two things are
Mhm.
connected, so I wouldn't have gotten kicked off like from my
Oh,
band
okay.
page.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
But still, like,
And-
come on, man.
But not everyone's is set up like that. Like mine is set up
Right.
like that, you know, but like not everyone's Facebook page is connected to like the music that they make and put out, you know. So
hmm
it's weird.
You no longer own that now.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I was
Sorry,
like kind of
Shannon.
bummed. Like I
Shannon.
got kicked off for playing my own music. That's cool. Yeah. I made this.
I made this.
Yeah.
I own this.
Yeah.
Take it from me.
It's pretty funny.
Uh,
Well,
irony.
thank you so much, Tasha, for being on our show.
Oh my gosh! Thanks for having me. Yeah.
Yeah.
This was
No
a
problem.
blast.
I hope I hope you had fun. Yeah,
Yeah.
we love listening to music and
Yo, I love that album. So real talk.
Yeah, that was great.
yeah, that was
That was fun
really
too.
cool. I'm glad I got to listen to it. For sure. Actually,
Yeah.
you know, it's not very often where I like, you know, get like really big like inspiration for like writing and stuff, but I feel like when I like listened to that I was like, "Oh yeah." Like there's
Oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Watch her perform that stuff live, man.
Oh,
I mean, you
man.
have, but like just to see how calculated she is through a single song, like she's doing a
know.
million things, man. It's so
Yeah.
cool.
I'd love to see
So-
that like I'd love to see what she's like doing now live too. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's like a KXP that's really good of them,
Cool.
and their music videos. As far as like her theatrical background, it's so apparent in her music videos. They're so
Oh,
wild. They're
that's
so
great.
cool.
That's cool.
That's interesting.
I didn't even know
Check
she
it
had a
out.
theatrical background, so that's sweet. Yeah,
Yeah.
awesome.
So yeah, this was great. I really enjoyed doing this. Thanks
good
for
deal.
having me.
Yeah.
Plugging my shit for me, and yeah.
Yeah, for sure. For one last hurrah here, do you want to like go
Hurrah.
ahead and plug where your art is again and like your pages and stuff like that?
Yeah, find me. My personal music stuff is on Instagram mostly. Tosh my gosh 3. And then my art stuff, which is a link in that, but my art page is tpiece.of.art. And then that has a link to like my DeviantArt page and my page for prints and all that good stuff. But if you want to see my real art, it's at Desert Oasis, downtown Detroit, or at the Congregation Coffee Shop up at Rosa Parks. They're both really cool. Get a good cup of coffee and check it out.
Sweet.
Thanks.
Yeah. Awesome.
Dope.
Awesome. I definitely want to check that. Wait, when is it till again?
Both of those exhibits are up until the end of this month.
Okay, cool. I got some time. All right.
Limited time only. No.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Cool. Awesome. Well, thank you so
Dope.
much, Tasha. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream, the viewers. Yes, and oh wait, yeah, we gotta finish it off. Had to do it. All right.
I took my
Good
headphones
night, guys.
off. Yeah, for sure.
All right. See you later, guys.